Would you like that?
All right, Samantha, what's the message you have?
Be sure to like this video and subscribe and comment.
So it's not every day I get to ride in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado on a dirt road. So I'm trying to get backed up here and get out of the parking lot. This may be a challenge. Still following the family in the van. I'm thinking down, hopefully. Oh my gosh, will be easier than going up. The problem is these slopes, and for bikes lean too far over, there's a point of no return, and you tilt over on your crash bars. Okay, I'm rolling now. I should be good. We just toured the Phoenix Gold Mine. Goes a little chipmunk across the road, and we did a little painting for gold. Okay, I'm going to slow my rig down here a little bit. Kind of out of breath. I'm trying to back it up in the parking lot. Well, the gold mine tour was quite fascinating. Now we're going to Estes Park, to the Stanley Hotel, I think is the name of it. If you ever saw the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson, it was filmed at the Stanley Hotel. It's actually a real hotel in Colorado. I didn't know that till my 13-year-old son discovered that by Googling things to do in Colorado. So we're kind of going down the hill here on a dirt road, which makes it a little more interesting. Once the van's stirring up a little dust. Not real far to the bottom, so I'm actually using my brakes. When we came down off of Pikes Peak, we did a lot of engine braking. Maybe I should do that now. Okay, now I'm engine braking. I'm not riding my brake at all. I can go to second gear. Let's see. No, I don't really have much engine braking at second gear. I think it's maybe a little more than half a mile to the bottom. Then we'll be on the actual freeway, or we'll be on the feeder road to get to the freeway. Comes the Jeep. They're going to be stirring up some dust. Yeah, I'm using my brakes. Maybe I need to go back to the transmission. Kind of dusty. Reminded me of the days when I used to ride dirt bikes with my friends. If you weren't the lead bike, you were eating dust. But it's all part of the adventure, all part of the experience. You're going to ride on a dirt road on a motorcycle, so we'll expect to eat a little dust. This road's rough. It's violently shaking my GoPro camera. It's mounted on my dash. The stabilization is so good in that thing that usually you don't even notice all that movement. Hopefully it hasn't tilted forward. Don't want to just record my dash. And I'm shooting the film through I think it is leaning forward. I need to tighten it. I shoot the camera through the windshield most of the time. May raise it up too high there. Alright, we're on the feeder road, getting ready to get on the highway. A couple places we had trouble with traffic was construction between Colorado Springs and Denver. Other than that, the traffic hasn't really been bad at all. I call these little things we're on right now a traffic circle. My navigation calls it a roundabout. A roundabout. We didn't go very far around the roundabout. Well, the mountain views are really impressive, and the curves and the hills make them even more fun. You know, a feeder road with two-way traffic. So we're getting back on an interstate. The car kind of let me in there. My wife's driving the big white van in front of us, and some of the mountain roads were a little difficult to maneuver. She said people honk at her, give her the one finger wave. Usually she just looks at him and smiles real big, and probably some of the locals do get tired of the tourists creeping on these roads. When I'm riding in East Texas and it's a nice curvy road, I always hate to get stuck behind a log truck. It's like, oh no, I've got this nice curvy road and this log truck is going to be creeping along. That happened to me in Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains. I found a nice curvy road to take, and about the time I turned onto that curvy road, a log truck pulled out in front of me, and I thought, oh gee, great. This log truck's going to slow up my ride in the Ozark Mountains. That truck driver must have been from Arkansas. He was flying down those curvy mountain roads as fast as I was. I mean, I was having to hustle to keep up with the log truck. I thought, my goodness, these people know how to ride and drive these roads. So, yeah, these people in Colorado, they probably get tired of those tourists, but I know tourists certainly helps the economy of Colorado, so I guess it all evens out. This scenery is absolutely gorgeous. Here's an interstate kind of between the mountains, kind of a little white water creek down there beside the road. On the right side, that's very scenic. They must get a lot of snow here because we saw signs that were saying that the truck drivers 9 months out of the year have to have their tire chains with them. It was only June, July, and August they're not required to have their snow chains. I thought, wow, only 3 months? You don't have to carry snow chains with you if you're a 18-wheeler driver? So that tells me those other 9 months it's subject to snow. So we get maybe 1 inch every 1 inch every 10 years if we're lucky. Well, the traffic's slowing down in the other lane over there. When we were hiking over to Seven Falls waterfalls close to Colorado Springs, a big deer ran by us and then went down to the creek on the side of the trail and got a drink of water and started eating and didn't pay us any attention after that. But my wife's wanting to move over in the van. Probably got a car behind me wanting to give me the one finger wave. We got a slow 18-wheeler, that's what she was going around. Definitely much easier to maneuver in traffic on this motorcycle, Mark and myself, than trying to do so in that big old van. But my wife's done really great, even going up Pikes Peak in the clouds with 10-mile hairpin turns. She didn't have any problem at all with that big old van. Well, I know when we get to the Stanley Hotel where The Shining was filmed, I'll definitely want to do some more recording there. I forgot my GoPro yesterday when we were at the Seven Falls at the waterfall, and we hiked way up the mountain, and I didn't have my GoPro with me. I left it at the vacation house. We're about 10 miles outside of Estes Park, Colorado, and the view, the scenery is beautiful. Of course, for a motorcycle, we love these curvy roads. It's really breathtaking. Got a hairpin turn coming up here. This is definitely some beautiful country. Of course, the United States is so incredibly diverse, with landscape and people, and that's a good thing. I have to say, we're partial to the mountains. My wife and I both, we really like the mountains. Since we've been on this road, it's been just one little curve after another. Nope, I guess it's still working. Oh, my battery, I think it's, I don't know, I can't tell. It's almost dead, maybe. I have to buy an extra battery for trips like this, so I'm going to turn it off for now. Well, I forgot to hook my microphone to the camera. I know this is going to be a memorable ride. The van in front of us is full of family. This is a family vacation. Mark and I, of course, are on the motorcycle. Again, hopefully you can hear this. Like I said, I have my camera mounted on the dash of my motorcycle, so I shoot the video through the windshield. So it's already beginning to rain a little bit, so you probably see the raindrops on the windshield. Hopefully it won't block the video too much. There's definitely a scenic view to the left. This is certainly on my bucket list. I've always wanted to ride to the top of Pikes Peak. Well, I'm getting my opportunity. There's a beautiful view to the left. Absolutely amazing. So far, every day of the vacation, we have hit some rain. Of course, this is extremely light rain, so. One day we did go through a torrential downpour for about 20 miles. Actually, this light rain is very cooling. Like it's getting dark to the left, so we may hit some hard rain before this ride is over. Well, there's where Bigfoot crosses. We've seen deer crossings, bear crossings. That was the first Bigfoot crossing. I remember going to Pikes Peak when I was a kid. I don't remember all these trees though. It appears to be reporting now. We see what looks like snow on top of Pikes Peak on July the 5th. This is an incredible experience. Got Jackson on the back, a 13-year-old son who likes to ride. The other kids all do sports and cheerleading. Jackson is my motorcycle man. I have to break down and buy him one. I have no idea how far before we get to the top. I see there are mountain lions in this part of the country. I think there's some disagreement about whether or not we have mountain lions in Texas. Of course, I've had plenty of people swear they've seen them in Texas, down where we live. We actually live in southeast Texas. What's up in the Kearney Woods of East Texas, people have said they've seen mountain lions too, mountain lion scooters, whichever you want to call them. There was a chance of rain, impending weather. So I sure hope we get to the top before that happens, but if not, we're going to keep riding. Come on, go on the top. Bad thing about stopping on these slopes, you go to put your foot down, a 900-pound motorcycle, it can be a challenge. I think the van's having a hard time pulling these hills. Of course, it's a rental van, not a personal van. I looked at it this morning, though, it only has 60-something thousand miles on it, so it should be good. It is a big, heavy van full of family members. our group, Texas Party of 11. There's 11 of us in the family on this cruise. I see clouds, I see snow. I remember as a kid coming in the middle of the summer and seeing snow on Pikes Peak in the middle of the summer. To ride Pikes Peak. Yeah, that looks like there's most definitely snow up there. I don't think you can see it on camera or not. I'm kind of technologically challenged. I'm sure I could buy a headset that would Bluetooth to my GoPro for recording my voice. Instead, I have a microphone plugged in to my GoPro. Like I say, I haven't even looked to see if it has that Bluetooth capability, but I'm sure it does. There a few minutes ago, we passed an Indian Challenger. When we were in New Mexico, we passed an Indian Chieftain. Of course, you see a million Harley Davidsons on the road, but we're beginning to see more and more Indians. Both of them make great brands. I've had 6 Harley Davidsons and 2 Indians. Some kind of little checkpoint here. Let's proceed on. Checking temperature on their brake disc back there. I think they want you to do some engine braking on the way down. Yes, if your brakes get too hot, I don't know if they have you pull over there and let your brakes cool off. So there's kind of a cliff on the right hand side. What do you think about the cliff, Jackson? You like the cliff? The temperature has definitely dropped. There are no guardrails. Cliffs with no guardrails.